Well, continuing on with this line of thought, I got to ask you this question. I want to see what your thoughts are.
All right.
And I found this completely ludicrous and ridiculous.
All right. Jesus, Phil.
So get this.
All right.
The question is asked here. Is this restaurant's ban on stilettos, low-hanging pants, and plain white T-shirts racist?
Stilettos, low-hanging pants, and
plain white T-shirts.
No.
Well, you haven't heard the story yet.
I don't need to hear the story. Unless the part of the rule says by black people, then it's not.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
All right. A North Carolina sports bar is catching flack for insisting that patrons follow a strict dress code and set of behavioral guidelines. Also, no balloons.
No balloons either.
No balloons either.
All right.
At a local affiliate, CBS 17 reports that new Kickback Jacks, that's the name of the bar,
okay,
in Durham, North Carolina, has sparked controversy by posting a sign informing the public of its ban on certain types of dress.
All right.
The ban items include stiletto heels, backpacks and large bags, sleeveless undershirts, pants and shorts that hang below the waistline, plain white T-shirts and other oversized tops that fall past the thigh, and any attire deemed offensive by management. Patrons are also forbidden from modifying their clothing once they entered the establishment. Hail and kill caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, it's Sal.
Hey, Sal. Well, you mentioned in the chat room. What are you laughing about?
The gentleman of color with his ass out of his pants.
Well, Sal, in the chat room, you said you disagree with Chris. What do you disagree with Chris about?
Many things. And I met him, I shook his hand, and I love him. And
did you wash your hand afterwards?
Yes, I did.
All right. Well, what do you disagree with Chris about?
On several points, Chris. Several points.
Go ahead.
And our topic of conversation was basically race relations. Yeah, Chris?
Yeah.
And let me. Do I have to shut down my chat? I will do that right now.
Yeah, if it keeps distracting you, you might have to look away for a minute.
And what were we talking about now, Chris? That you and I talked at Melodic Rock, and I mean, we're friends and stuff like that, but I disagree with you on a lot of things and a lot of points and a lot of political points.
That's fine. What specifically? Name one. Like the point that we're talking about. About the Netflix.
Exactly. I think if you still there, guys?
Yeah.
I think you guys should cancel.
Because why?
As a protest, as everybody else protests. I don't have it. I don't own the stock. I wish I did own the stock, but I think you guys should, because I think they have caved into the bullshit, the political bullshit and tenure of he's long gone. I mean, when Bush, my former president, left, he went into hide in. I don't know why this guy keeps rearing his ugly fucking head. To be honest with you, right, Neely?
Yeah, Neely, take his side.
Yeah. Well, come on, Sal.
These people will not. Well, they won't go away. I mean, I don't get why Netflix is still like having to lap his balls, as you would say, Chris, with all this bullshit. It's like, let this motherfucker go away. I mean, it's like, you're done. You lost. I mean, the Constitution says 2 years. That's all you get. And God bless him. I mean, if it were another fucking constitutional chapter, he'd be there for 1,000 years, which would be my lifetime, which would be unfortunate. And
you're a vampire, Sal. If you could live 1,000 years,
right?
But I'm sure this motherfucker was gonna want to be like, fuck, I'll be here 8 terms.
Yeah, he wants to be a king.
Yeah, exactly, without a doubt. And you don't do that in this country. And I mean, I disagree with you, Chris, because you had another point on something that you went the opposite way. Oh, I'm sorry. It was I was listening to an old podcast about right before Obama got elected. It was Chris and Neely, and Neely called it right. Sorry, Chris, called it spot on about the reaction on this. Huh?
No, I said that's fine.
Yeah, you two had different reactions about how the climate tenor would be, and I think Neely called it on this one, and you called it wrong on this one.
Yeah, because I'm a racist.
But I err on the side of canceling, and just like not like the NFL. Chris, we talked about this, right? We're Facebook buddies and all that kind of stuff. It's like, fuck them. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not a military guy, but my old man, my uncle was in Vietnam and stuff like that, and I'm like, fuck you. That's my tenure on this stuff. It's like, I do not agree with anything like that. Anti-fucking military, anti-fucking police, anti-country. And that's all I got to say. I don't know. I don't agree with giving them more money and following that and watching the Obamas whatever this fucking Netflix bullshit fucking cocksucker shit's going to be. I don't know. I have no idea.
So being that Chris and I gave both of our points of view on the Netflix thing, where he says if you quit, it's going to give them higher ratings because there's less subscribers, and my viewpoint is if I unsubscribe, you're not going to get my dollars to support them, even if it's for one season. Which side do you land on?
Yours.
Of course, because I'm right.
Yeah, without a doubt.
All
right, Sal.
Sorry, Chris. I mean,
dude,
I don't want to bust Chris balls, but
dude, I'm not. I'm a little thicker skinned than that.
No, I know.
And as far as when Obama got elected, I will openly admit that I went into it not wanting it to happen, but went into it with how bad can it fucking be. I truthfully.
I know. I listened to the old podcast, man. It's like you guys. Yeah. I stumbled upon the show right before the fucking 2008 election, and it's like I get it, and it's like you guys had two different calls. Neely had a certain call on that, like how it would affect the country, and you had a different call on it. And honestly, I mean, with all due respect, it's like Neely's call, I think, in my opinion, was right. You know,
as it should be.
I'm not saying that I wasn't right. I'm saying point blank I was wrong. I could not, and I'll admit to I know what I said back then.
Yeah,
I said there's no way could this guy fucking cause that much chaos, because in the end the president doesn't have that kind of fucking stroke. I know that's what I said, and I was wrong on that. I mean, this guy came in and fucking Americanized America. That's
Exactly.
what he did. He took
Exactly.
everything that was good about America and shit on it. And
I know.
you know what?
I mean, with
Foolish
that fucking
me for
Obamacare, it's like you like fucking screamed about that fucking tax. I've been with you guys like tried and true for years, and it's like you were fucking like livid.
Oh, I was. I still am.
Yeah.
I'm not on his side. Don't think that I'm somehow now I'm okay with it, dude. I was not. I'm not. Have never been. Not one day have I been on the Trump train. But the day that he said that I don't have to fucking put that goddamn extortion on my tax return was a great day. That was a great day.
Yeah, because he's our great president, right, Sal?
Yes, Neil. And I was fucking emailing both you fuckers on election day. Here we go. And when that Wisconsin domino fell, right, Neely?
Yeah, right, man.
Oh, God. All right, guys.
All right, Sal.
It's been a pleasure. I tried to get out to the show last night. It's 40 miles outside of Chicago, but I hope it was a good one. And hail and kill, fuck you, pals, hand jobs.
Notice he pluralized everything.
Yeah.
Hail and kill, fuck you, pals, and hand jobs.
Well, I can no longer speak to Sal.
Because he has different viewpoints than me.
Sal's a Neely-phobe. Out. Beat it, Sal. Just beat it. I gave you a book, you fuck. Beat it. You're no longer welcome to anything I do.
Love it.
I love that people think I'm going to get mad or something because I don't agree with them.
I like Sal kind of has that old school, almost like that whole Sopranos mentality.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. I wasn't taking it as disrespect. People are allowed to disagree with me. I know I can say some radical shit.
What?
I know that's shocking and all, but you know what, Sal? I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume that you never fucked a ham either. So you don't have to fucking do everything that I do, Sal.
Right.
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
Really.
So funny. All right. Well, getting back to the story about the racist dress code.
Okay.
Anyway, it said that patrons are also forbidden from modifying their clothes once they've entered the establishment. So you walk in looking decent.
Can you stop? Last picture Phil Ooze just put in there.
I see that. Jeez.
Oh my God!
Is that Doover with my 9mm?
9 got a blunt in his mouth and a basketball.
And he's got a big old money sign around his neck.
Oh my God!
And the cows are grazing out of KFC buckets.
That couldn't be more racist if I handed you the fucking letters to put on a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Jesus Christ, Phil. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right. The restaurant, which is located at a local mall, also comes down hard on negative attitudes and behavior, which has always been my point.
Yeah.
And offensive language. Management also reserves the right to ban anyone at their discretion.
Mm-hmm.
While the crackdown on foul language hasn't raised much fuss, many locals are concerned that the restrictions on dress have racial connotations.
Okay. They do.
They do?
Of course they do.
Why do they have racial connotations?
They do, but see, this is where it's always fucking confused. This is absolutely a reaction to black dudes coming in with their pants around their fucking ankles.
Well, do they have their pants down around their ankles because they're black?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, they do. That's their cultural appropriation of the fucking clothing.
Mhm.
You don't see white kids doing it. You don't see fucking Chinese kids doing it, or Japanese or anything.
No, but you missed my point. Do they wear their pants low because they're black?
Yes, they do.
I disagree.
I totally think they're not doing. Why do you think they're doing it then?
I'm not going to give you an answer why they're doing it. I'm just saying.
That's what black people do now.
No, I'm just saying that because they're black, they don't have to wear their pants down.
I'm not saying have to. I'm not saying have to. See, you're here. Let me make my whole point. I think you'll be on board with me with this. They're doing it. The ban here that they're doing is they don't want a bunch of street level niggers in their place. That's my thought of what they think, not my terminology.
Well, my point is if a white guy walked in with his pants down around his ass, do you think they would let him through the door?
I'm going to get there.
Okay.
That doesn't happen. But they're making a rule that says, well, if that were to happen, that it's across the board.
Mm-hmm.
But the reality, if we're going to be real world here, they're making a rule because the black kids are doing it.
Right.
And they don't want it in their place. And I get that. But you know what? They're doing it the way that it's supposed to be done. The clothing or whatever this store is that has these rules. They didn't say no black kids with their pants around their ankles. What they said is nobody with their pants around their ankles.
Right.
So they're playing the game the way that all these fucking activists want them to play it. That everybody's fucking equal. Everybody's the same. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Same, whether you're blue, black, brown, or yellow, don't wear your fucking pants around your ass. Just because white guys never do that anyway doesn't mean that we didn't make the rule for white guys too.
Well, but see, here's the other side of the coin.
Okay.
If you say that black guys wear their pants around their ass,
okay, somebody's
going to say you're being racist for stereotyping somebody.
But they didn't say that.
No. I'm not saying they. I'm talking about just people in general.
Okay.
If you say, yeah, a guy who wears his pants around his ass is because he's black, and they'll say, whoever that is, whoever they is, would say, you're just being stereotypical.
Okay. Yes, I am.
So, which is it? Is it, do they do that because they're black or because they're being stereotyped?
They're making an across-the-board rule because of the behavior of the black people.
Aha.
That's what they're doing.
Aha.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong on that.
That's what they're doing.
But you keyed in on the perfect answer there. Because of the behavior, not people, they don't do it because they're black. It's not like a written rule that if you're black, you have to wear your pants like this, or you wear your pants like this because you're black.
It's because they want to look ghetto.
Well, whatever the reason they want to look, it's just because that's a choice. That's a behavioral choice.
Sure. I agree.
So no matter who it is that does that, that's a behavioral choice.
The store's rule is not being made, though, based on anybody in society that's come into their store with their pants around their ass.
Right.
The store is making a rule because black kids have been coming in their store with their pants around their ass, and so that they don't have to deal with a racial fucking article in the paper, they just said no one can do it.
And that's how it should be.
And I agree, that is how it should be. I'm not trying to say that the store's doing anything wrong. I'm saying the store's doing it 100% right. But the reality of the situation is the decision was made because of the actions of a certain race, by and large. That's what I'm saying.
Brittany Michael,
white guy,
whose photograph of the rule posting has gone viral, told the media that the restaurant is in a predominantly African-American part of town.
So what does that matter? That's not their... He didn't say that black people can't come in.
Nope.
Okay.
Durham is essentially a large African-American black town that is undergoing a sweeping amount of gentrification. Others worried that rules are targeting its black clientele.
Yeah.
No, they're targeting anybody who's dressing inappropriately.
Mm-hmm. Because of the actions of a bunch of black dudes.
Right.
So those guys walking in.
Yeah. The first part sounded okay, but it just got to be more discriminatory.
To him.
Yeah.
Because he read in words that do not exist in the fucking ruling. The ruling says no pants around your ass. He read it as no niggers with pants around their ass.
Right.
That's his problem, not the fucking stores.
Exactly. That's typically younger African-American type attire.
Well, not in his store, it's not. Just like I bet you he doesn't let fucking white dudes come in Speedos. Would you think that's probably right?
Well, I would agree with you. So the next sentence is a tell right here.
Okay.
Why don't you just put up a sign that says whites only? Because that's exactly what it seems.
Believe me, if he could get away with it, he might have a different fucking story
It
here.
doesn't say black people can't come in there. It just says why don't you dress properly?
Yeah, it says put your clothes on the way they were meant to be worn.
Yeah.
Jizzball?
Right. It doesn't mean whites only.
Yeah.
Pretty much no black people, another commentator said.
Just ridiculous.
I know, I agree. But others have defended the rules, noting that the restaurant is privately owned. Supporters say that the rules aren't racially motivated, but are simply designed to avoid unruliness.
They're designed to avoid a very specific behavior that they do not want in their place.
I would agree.
And if one section of the world does it more than others, then too bad.
Mm-hmm. Then don't go in there.
Don't go there. Why is there always, and again, we talk in circles sometimes. If there was a store, if Giant Eagle had some new rule that said, fat guys with long hair, we don't want you in our store, I don't think I'd be going out of my way to give them my money and to go into their store. I'd just be like, fuck you, and I'll go to the next fucking store.
Yeah. You'll go down the street to Giant Eagle or whatever.
To whatever the other store is, yeah. I wouldn't fucking go out of my way to make a point. I wouldn't be like, well, I don't agree with their rules. Fat guys with long hair should be allowed to come to this store. Who gives a shit? So much fucking energy. For what?
Yeah, I agree.
Ugh. These fucking idiots.
In a family atmosphere other than just a sports bar, I think profanity should be restricted in any public place.
Ugh.
The way they wear their pants and exposing certain parts of their skin or whatever, I think that should be a manager's discretion as far as being offensive to other people.
Mm-hmm.
A Kickback Jacks representative told the news station that the rules apply to all of their locations, not just the one in Durham.
Okay.
In the meantime, some angry customers are posting their complaints about the policies at their location on their Facebook.
Now, do you think let's clarify what you just read there? Read that sentence one more time slowly.
It says a Kickback Jacks representative told the news station that the rules apply to all of their locations. Not just the one in Durham.
Right, but the next sentence that talks about the customers.
In the meantime, some angry customers are posting their complaints about the policies on the location's Facebook page.
Right. Do you think for one fucking second that these were customers of this place?
No, of course not.
No.
They probably never even been in there.
Because if they were true customers and they wanted to keep going, they'd pull their fucking pants up.
Right. You're not going to tell me how to dress, pal.
Yeah.
Then you're not going to come in here.
They make the best fucking sandwich there is, so let me pull these pants up and go get it. That's how it works in the real world. Idiots. Dude, I think about it. How is this rule different than when you go into Ruth Chris or Ditka's or somewhere and they make you wear a tie? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Like
I've been to a place where you require a jacket is required.
Yeah, a jacket is required. How is this different?
There is none.
There's no difference in this at all. This is just a fucking let me complain so I can complain fucking whiny racial horse shit nonsense.
See? Racist.
Yeah. Look, when it comes to this kind of shit, I am absolutely racist. If saying that you have to fucking appropriate yourself like a human being makes me racist, then fuck you. Then I'm racist against you. Period. Not your whole group, just you. But I am racist against you. If you're black and you can't pull your fucking pants up, then yeah, I got a fucking problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you look like a fucking idiot. And it'd be nice if our fucking people did not look like a bunch of fucking retarded idiots.
People!